productphotographers.com. Peter here, guys. How are you doing? Today in this video we're going to talk about Sephora Product Shower Gel that I did for them. It was a very complex shot to take. Some people told me that it's all Photoshop, but it's actually not. The photo that you see, it really happened. We made it happen on set in order to get the real feeling of using the product. So this video, I'm going to talk about the concept, the series of shots that we took, and we composited all of them in post-production. You will see the time lapse of the pre-production. I promise you in future I am going to have different tutorials without time lapse and explaining about lighting and things and the camera settings and the lenses and things differently. These are kind of my the beginning of my product photography on YouTube that I'm uploading, and I wish I could record it Nike, Sephora, and Jack Daniel's shot that I did, like the whole story. Okay, so it was less talking and more looking at what we have done, but just wait for it. Don't forget to subscribe. I have a lot of stuff. I upload a lot of videos, will be very useful. If you're a beginner, I hope you learn something from it, and if you're a professional, let me know how I could make the shot better, how I could improve it, and let me know. I like to learn from you guys as well. So here we're going to talk about concept. We're going to talk about series of shots. We're going to talk about lighting, which is very important for this shot. It was one lighting, but it is important how we got these kind of shadows and reflection, and the lens, and then post-production. The concept of this shot was the conveying the feeling that when you use this product, it is like a gel. It's like a melting jelly bean, something like that. It smells like that. It feels like very, like, I don't know, it's kind of girly product. And you know, I finished the bottle already, but I mean, yeah, it feels like very like soft and gentle and things like that. I wanted to show that butterfly shape that you see in the photo. Maybe you haven't seen in the beginning in the thumbnail, but there is a butterfly, and those butterflies are real shadow of the product, and we mirror it in Photoshop, and we add a tail to get that kind of conceptual form of butterfly. If you haven't watched my video about Nike, Sephora, this video I don't want to talk about brand image because Sephora is different. If you haven't watched my video about Nike and Jack Daniel's, I talk a little bit about brands and brand image, how it's important in order to use it for your product photography and help brands to, you know, sell more, become bigger, make their brand image stronger. And when you do it, the other brands will reach you out. You know, they come and see like what you have done, you know, because it's all about concept. Having a good camera, being a good photographer, good stuff, lighting, it's not all. It's all about concept, I guess. Anyway, let me know what you think, what it's all about. Anyway, the series of shots that we took is the water splash, the foam underneath the product, and then the actual product. There are 3 different shots. Lighting, we did one light, harsh light, without any diffuser. It was just straight to the product, away from the product, to get very hard shadows. The more you get the sort of like closer to the product, your shadows will, you have more like gradient on your shadow. Okay, we're not going to talk about fall off of the light now, but you know, a little bit away, like 1 meter away, to get a little bit crispier shadows. And then on the product, as I use this guy for my Jack Daniel on the product in order to open up that glow that you see in the liquid in the shower gel. Lens we were using 2470 Tamron. You know I'm Tamron shooter. Before I jump into post-production, I want to talk about pre-production a little bit. So first I took a photo of the foam. I made a foam and I used this here. I used this. This guy is I guess for cutting stuffs for pastry. So we made a foam with dishwashing liquid that lasts more and food colors. And then with a spoon I just pour here. That's why you have that round shape. And my daughter has the play clay that she plays with. I just put that under the actual product, to have that shadow on the foam and feeling like lifted up and floated on the foam. So that's really the real what we did on set. Definitely you are looking at the time lapse. And after all of this, we clean up the table and we made the splashes. And those colors that you see in the splashes, I inject with this guy that you can get everywhere with food colors to the splash the water that I made with the tip of this. So these are maybe what you cannot find in other channels. They show you they're doing something, and how and with what is very important in order to learn. And sometimes little handy things like this flashlight, okay, you can use, doesn't matter. You can fix the color with color gels always if they are very cool or very warm. Definitely this kind of stuff, they are always warm, so you gotta make it a little bit warmer according to the color temperature, white balance, whatever you're using. And a color checker passport always around me when I'm doing product photo shoot as well. And let's talk a little bit about the post-production. The post-production was mirroring the butterfly shadow that I had and changing the hue of that harsh red to something kind of like purpley, and pretty much to see it. The background that you see is the small backdrops that we have, and then we put the transparent PVC acrylic sheet on it to get that reflections on the water. So and we angle the light to get that deep drop shadows under the water. And I'm kind of happy with this shot, 90%. And I hope you get something from this video. I hope you like this shot. Let me know if you were me, how you would photograph this product. Is very important to me. Don't forget to subscribe and support your photographer. Peter here, guys. Catch up with you next time.